So how do limitations in joint mobility affect stability? Last week we talked about the Punjabi paradigm of stability that is dependent upon three critical factors, right? One is how much joints move, okay? The other is how joints are controlled by muscles that support them. And the third thing is our cognitive control and that wiring of our brain to control how much, how strong, and when we actually stabilize our joints. So those factors are truly critical in improving stability, but we can't ignore the fact of mobility blocks and how they affect that control system. So here's a simple way to test if you actually have some blocks in mechanical joint mobility in the foot and ankle, which are going to compromise the way our foot behaves. So we know that as we walk and run, the foot's going to contact in front of us, and then we achieve foot flat, and we have to be able to roll the ankle or roll the shin over the foot. So what happens is if we can take the foot and ankle, my daughter's nice enough to help us here today, right? So if we take the foot and ankle and allow the knee to roll forward, right? And so if you can get your foot up against a wall, we're using a roller here, but you can get your big toe to a wall and you can get your knee to the wall or the roller here, we know you have enough range of motion to walk and run normally. If you're someone who's doing some deeper squats, i.e. to parallel, what you need to do is get a tape measure out and measure about 4 to 6 centimeters. The reason why we have a range there, if it's going to be, if you're somebody who has a longer femur, you need to have a little bit more excursion of your hips back when you squat down. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your big toe and you're going to put it basically 6 centimeters behind where that wall or roller is, right? And if you can still maintain contact of your knee to the roller with your foot in position without dumping your arch, okay, then we know you have enough range of motion to walk, run, and squat properly, right? Be careful here. If you're someone who does this test and if you come forward, you let your foot and ankle drift inward, that's collapsing your arch to make up for lack of foot stiffness. So as you do this, make sure you keep your foot nice and straight, right, with that knee coming straight towards the wall or your roller as your test, okay? So do this test today, find out how you score. If you've got tightness in front of your joint, right, not talking about calf tightness, but in front of the joint, that's a sign you have mechanical joint block. And tomorrow I'm going to show you 2 ways to fix that. But today I just want to find out, do you have stiffness in the ankle joint that's going to change the way your foot behaves? Because again, if you can't roll forward, right, you're either going to spin your foot inward, which collapses your arch and compromises your stability. You're going to spin your foot out, which again lifts up our arch off the ground in the wrong way, and then again compromise our stability because we have no contact of our big toe, or cut your push off short, and that limits your economy as a runner. So we want to make sure we can achieve enough mobility. You don't need it to be Gumby, you just need enough range of motion to move, and it's a great test to figure this out. Give it a try.